At the dawn of time, man needed horsepower. But the regular V8 just wouldn't do it. It had to be something more brutal, something more sinister, something more epic, something more magnum. It had to be a Dodge Ram. Alright guys, this beast is here. What the heck are you looking at? Well, obviously it's a Dodge Ram 1500. 5.7 liters Hemi Magnum. I believe this is an SLT model. This is a 2004. And what the heck is it doing in my yard with this big freaking, like, it's like a very Mad Max looking truck. You'll see what I mean. There's a reasonable looking truck. There's a reasonable looking truck. There's this beast. This truck, you will not believe, has probably moved about 1 million pounds of raw steel and metal. Don't worry, that's a regular Dodge option, is a 2x4 to keep the door closed. I'll explain all this as I go. It needs a little bit of work. But I have found my winter vehicle. The opportunity was just too good to pass up. I love these reveals like this. I hope you guys like these reveals like this. But I've always wanted a Dodge. Definitely always wanted a Hemi. It's rough, but it's a brute. It's a work truck. I know the history of this truck quite well. I actually bought it off a friend, and he bought a newer Dodge Ram. He was going to fix this one up. He's had quite a bit of work done to it, but it's still like anything. When you beat up a truck this much, it still needs more. Got probably about 800 bucks worth of tires on it. Look at that. I could lose my pinky in there. Look at that. All winter tires. Comes fresh stock with Barry's pee all over my tire. He peed on that one. He peed on that one. He peed on every freaking tire. That damn dog. Friend was a volunteer firefighter for the Cas Fire Department, so I got to take that off. 6.5 foot box. We're going to have a discussion on the 6.5 foot box. My buddy was laughing at me big time. He's like, after he saw the video where I said I'd never buy it. My next truck has to have an 8 foot box. I can never buy another truck with a 6.5 foot box. Mind you, I made that video about 2 weeks ago. So he's seen this, so he's laughing. He's laughing. Yeah, because he goes, I know what's around the corner from your truck over there. Yeah, so it's a super cab. We'll get into it. We'll do this truck is, I've already found about 3 donor trucks for it over in the scrapyard. That's where I was today. This truck is a beast. It does drive, it runs, everything like that. 4x4 works. It does need some stuff like brakes, needs that. So I'm going to be putting money into it. But Paul did a lot of body work and stuff. So, I mean, it's rusty. I mean, whatever. But it's enough as a like this is my winter beater. Like, could you want, need not want, right? Like, you gotta, you know, this thing for a winter beater. I don't anticipate getting stuck too many places with this, but if I get stuck with this, this is a very heavy vehicle. I don't know what they weigh. They must weigh close to, they must be over 4,500 pounds. It'd have to be. It's a heavy vehicle. But it is 4-wheel drive. It's a 2004. I do like the painted grille. I think I like it more than the chrome. I don't know. I think I like that. Got tow hooks. Check that. Like, this truck's pretty well rigged out. Got my regular hitch on there in the back. Again, we'll go over all that. Does this thing have tow mirrors? Don't tell me this thing has tow mirrors. Well, anyway, it'll hold. It'll hold. Is that a tow mirror? I don't think it's a tow mirror. If it's tow mirrors, then I can be the most obnoxious Dodge person and ride with them out. Why not? Why not? That might be tow mirrors on there. Because they have to go up. I don't know. I got to go through the details of this thing a little bit more there. But it's rough, as you can see. But again, as a winter beater, if I get a year out of it for what I paid for it, which the price is kind of, I can't quite say the price of it. I'll let you guys kind of figure out how much you think I paid for this. Probably a lot less than what you think. Truck typically in this kind of, you can see the rust. Again, this is a work truck. Those wood chips, I put those wood chips in. Spare tire to swap out. Other spare tire still under. Hitch. Again, this truck, you should see the stuff this truck's pulled. Does need brake stuff in the back. Fresh brake caliper rotor up on this side. I think the other side I might be able to get away with the brake pad. I forgot to pick it up there, but also next time I see my buddy there, he'll just give me the brake pad. There's a few things. We'll go over like the things that I know about it. But it's a rough truck. But it again, the floorboard I think he said fell off on the highway, so it's got one anyway. Really only needed on the other side so my nephew can get in here. I introduced this truck to my nephew by telling him it was a Hemi. He goes, "What's a Hemi now?" He goes, slams him back in the seat a bit. He's like, "I like Hemis." So, and apparently I only owned this truck for like one day because I took my nephew for a ride in it. And he goes, "I like my new truck." I said, "Your new truck?" He goes, "Mm-hmm." Yeah, so I think a storm's coming. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the truck. So if you guys like all the vehicles, whenever I do a vehicle reveal, so you know I paid $500 for the big red road beast, aka Freddy, back there. I paid $500 for that about, well, over a year ago. Still, Godspeed, he's still going. That's two-wheel drive, V8, 4.6 liter, four-wheel drive, 5.7 liter, beast. That truck is like that. Like that's a big truck. It's a big truck. It's not huge. But you put that beside it, it is just a girthy truck. When you, I mean, that one in the background still looks bigger than this one that's closer. You know, that's a little 6-cylinder. You know, what is it? Yeah. So anyway, it's kind of like my uncle's GMC Canyon that he downgraded to. Yeah, I said what I said. You know who you are. The flame begins. He's probably shaking and punching his screen right now. Yeah, I have one of my subscribers is always telling me about his Canyon. We're gonna hook bumper to bumper. He's gonna tow me around. I don't know about this thing. Maybe the Ford you might pull around, but I don't think you'd pull this thing around. This thing's it's a beast. It's not a Cummins diesel. I know that. And I've driven the Cummins diesel, especially my friend's Cummins diesel, which he had modified up to about 700 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque. It's just ridiculous. It's just like you touch the pedal and then you coast at the speed limit and then you just touch the pedal. This thing is not quite as ridiculous as that, but you do notice the violent Dodge Hemi kind of, you know, where it's not smooth. Like the Ford is like a Cadillac. That thing is so smooth, linear power. It gets up to the speed limit at a really, you know, it gets up there. It's a V8, so it gets up there pretty quick, but it's super, super smooth. This thing's more like a, you know, whatever. So more like a, you know, definitely noticed this machine. I've been in this machine many times. So anyway, what do you think I paid for a 2004? The mileage is, I think, around 240 on it, kilometers. That would be like, what's that, 150,000, 180,000 miles. Mind you, it's a work truck, so it's almost all highway, but it's still a work truck. So again, whatever you think I paid for it, write down below in the comments. Okay, so the price reveal, which again, I'm kind of sworn to secrecy because there's a lot of people that wanted this truck, and I just kind of got it out of, we'll call it the buddies, you know. Yeah, we're good friends. We're really good friends, not only co-workers, but we're good friends. So he's just like, "Reg, don't tell anybody what you paid for it." So take a guess what I paid for this big beast of a machine, which we've already named. So that's Freddy, the big red road beast, right? So my nephew, and I let my nephew help me name this one. I said, "You want to call him Hercules or Brutus?" And he said Brutus. So here's Brutus. yeah, you know, like Brutus. Yeah, I took him, we kind of went a little bit 4x4ing the first night just to show him what was doing. He was bouncing around the cab. He's like, "This thing's crazy. Don't go shit, you're going to break your truck." Yeah, bouncing over the rocks and stuff like that. And then, you know, jam on the Hemi pedal there. The Hemi pedal. It's not even a gas pedal. It's a Hemi pedal now. Because it's Dodge. Like, you lose 18 IQ points just looking at this thing. But you feel good about it. Like, it's just such a bruiser of a truck. You know, it's like it's proper fugly, you know what I mean? I just want to know if these are, I don't want to pull too hard in case they're not. They might not be tow mirrors, but if they are tow mirrors, that'd be really cool. Because that means they come out, which would help if I am pulling some trailers. I haven't pulled any trailers with that yet. I got the hitch for it. I even got the receiver. I bought all that stuff, but with an 8-foot box, you pretty much don't need to worry about that. But anyway, okay, price reveal. So, put your guess down there now. I paid $500 for that. Price for reveal in 3, 2, 1. 3 times the price of that. Yeah. And it still runs. Yeah. So that's, yeah. If you're gonna hate me, now's the time. Yeah, yeah. So it's a decent deal for a winter beater. Again, if I get a year out of it, it'll take about 10 days to pay for it. But I'm already going to do some work to it because, again, even if this truck is scrap, we're going to talk about these Dodge Rams. You're going to love it. Anyway, there we go. So this is Brutus. Here you go, my winter beater.